sold a hell of a lot of them in the first year. Because a lot of them went to schools. Because they were science books.
Yeah, we got you get school teachers coming up and saying, our kids really like the science chapters.
Your concept of lies to children, or lies to slightly older children, it's spot on, it's wonderful.
Yes, we think that's a good one.
The only audience we found that didn't understand that was the Swedes.
That's
We went to a conference in Sweden. There's a place called Abisko, which is north of the Arctic Circle, and it's a government research station, which when I first went there was doing research on the aurora and the birch heath ecology of the area.
Yes, which is very
and is now doing research on global warming, because that's where the money was. But it's the same stuff in a sense. But it's not quite as isolated as it used to be, but it used to be you would go there for a week and the conference was in the research station and that's all there was. If you were a Swede, you could go skiing nearby, and if you weren't, you were confined to the immediate vicinity of... You could go for a walk on the frozen lake, as we did.
You photographed.
So you could have a sauna.
So, yes, we had saunas, that's right.
Yes.
And but they had a fantastic cook.
Yes. Who was it that had gone there before? A novelist who'd seen someone eating his friend in the next room.
That was Greg Baird told a story. It'll come back to me.
Yes.
Anyway, so this conference was called Stories of Science and the Science of Stories.
Yes.
So it's all about narrativium, actually. And they had science fiction writers. They had Greg Baird, Gregory Benford, Larry Niven, and Paul Macaulay.
Yeah.
They had popular science writers, and Jack and I kind of got in on that. They had some historians of science, and they had some Swedes who were there because there needed to be some Swedish participants who, had some interest in the area.
And one of them had written a very good book.
That's right.
On that kind of thing.
But Jack and I were Jack was giving a talk, I think, and mentioned the lies to children concept, and one of the Swedes said, "They're not lies," and Jack tried to explain. They are lies, but they're the nice kind of lies. They're useful lies, but they're not actually true, so they're lies. And it went round and round and round for some considerable time.
Because the Americans saw it instantly. Larry was very pleased with that. And
normally they don't.
Yeah.
And the Swedes simply didn't see it. No. They come from a slightly different viewpoint, in which a lie is something nasty. And the idea that a lie can be used for a progressive purpose is something very strange to them.
No, we said, but on the planet Zarathustra, one of the 8 professions that people have is lie to children, and that's the prestigious one. That's the one everyone admires. That's the good one to be. And I still didn't see the point. It was a lovely conference, though. I rewrote the story of the 3 little pigs in mathematical notation.
I wanted to see that one.
The way a mathematical research paper would present its results to show how appallingly badly the mathematical research papers tell their stories. And I got permission from Ladybird Books to use the illustrations from the Ladybird 3 Little Pigs story. And then in all the speech balloons I put the mathematics. And so the entire story consists of about 25 pages of let P I equals 1, 2, 3 B pig and so forth, and then and H I is I equals 1, 2, 3 is house, and XI is straw, X1 is straw, X2 is wood, X3 is bricks, and so forth. And built up all these definitions, all referring to previous definitions, and then the whole story happens in about the final page. And
Just one equation, I
that's
assume.
right. Yeah, no, it's just the whole thing, you know. Yeah, because you've set it all up.
There's a book on
You
the
should
store
publish
in
that.
Yeah. Well, there is a book called Voyage to Arbisco, which is the proceedings of this conference, and it has this story in there, and that's why I had to get Ladybird Books permission, because we wanted to publish it. So it's edited by John Casti, who
How do you spell Albisco?
ABISKO. Now, Greg Bear at midnight in the basement read a horror story. Was it T.H. White?
It was, yeah.
About a troll. Somebody in a hotel in Arbisco. That was interesting because there isn't one.
No, but he was saying that it was in the research station.
The story is set in Arbisco. That's
No,
why
I thought
Greg
it
was
set
telling
in
it.
the research station in Arbisco.
No. The story is set in
In
a
a hotel.
hotel in Arbisco. So it's he was probably thinking of Kiruna, but and this chap observes through the connecting door to the next room a troll who is unlike any troll anyone has ever seen before, who ends up eating his wife's head.
Yeah.
Clearly an elf. But anyway, so Greg read this in sepulchral tones at
Yes.
midnight. But because the story was so totally unrelated to the place we were in, to
Yes.
any kind of troll we'd heard of,
Yes, it didn't really have.
it didn't have quite the
enormous
same
effect.
effect. But
But the fact that it was T.H. White. You know, T.H. White wrote The Sword and the Stone.
Oh,
Yes, and
I don't think I've made that up. I think that's who it was.
I think it was. Yes,
Yeah.
I think it was.
Yeah.
I can remember. I thought Thurber. No, it can't be. It can't be Thurber. No, but it was T.H. White.
So is this story in any of the books that are being sold in the market?
No,
No,
Okay.
probably not.
no. I mean,
I suspect
Ian has written so many different things in so many different places that he'd fill that bloody bookshop. No.
I assume you can find it on the internet somewhere.
Yes, you can find it. You can
I'm quite
find it.
sure that it's...
Google put in Arbisco.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. It's Mission to Arbisco.
Yes.
It's almost certainly out of print, which just means you buy it second hand through
Yeah. Through
Amazon
Books
or Books, or which is
one of these.
owned by Amazon anyway.
Yeah. Is it?
Yes,
Books owned by
Amazon bought up Books.
Oh, that's interesting.
Well-
Because Books had a different philosophy. I wonder if it still does.
It still looks as if it has a different philosophy.
For now.
they might be keeping it that way deliberately to confuse everyone.
Well,
and
not to
make them-
confuse people,
Well, yeah.
but to have two different philosophies under the same banner, it's quite a good idea.
Yeah, to maintain
To buy
the-
it and
the
maintain
customers
its
that they will
trick.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how did you two actually meet up? I mean,
He phoned me.
easy enough.
I phoned him because I had been reading Does God Play Dice? I had connections with Warwick University Department because Christopher Zeeman, who was professor there, and I were friendly. He was moving into biology in all kinds of ways. And I went over there for a meeting in 1973, which was a meeting of 20 biologists and 20 mathematicians, and a continuation of the old Waddington meetings, which was very good. And Ian wasn't there. He was in America for that year, in Germany for that year.
It was 74.
It was